Yeah, it wasn't only there too, by the way. This happened in Yemen as well. And you see the Houthis today firing rockets towards Israel, towards Yemeni Jews, or the descendants of Yemeni Jews. And their legacy, they'll be like, why did the Jews leave Yemen? Why did the Jews this and that? And nobody wants to talk about this hard truth of why Israel exists today. But Yemeni Jews did that same exact, or Yemeni Muslims did the same exact thing. They made Jewish people wear yellow armbands. If you were a Jew, you couldn't you couldn't ride a horse. You have to ride a donkey. Always be shorter than a Muslim. In the Jewish quarter, or if you were walking through the Muslim quarter, you'd have to take off your shoes and walk barefoot as to not disrespect the Muslim next to you. And then people come to me with this bullshit as if we lived in peace. How many times
I
have you
know.
heard that since October
All
7th?
bullshit, yeah.
All these pro-Palestinian propagandists who are funded by
Qatari
money,
propagandist.
Yeah.
and they pretend the Jews and the Arabs and the Christians before 1948 we all lived in peace.
They never heard
Well,
of the
that's
Crusades?
rewritten history. That is a genocide of the Jewish people. The first thing you do in a genocide is erase the people from history. That's what you do. You don't bomb them. You don't break into their country and kill and kidnap and rape. You erase them from history.
Mm-hmm.
And then you put them in a museum. Hitler even says that. Everyone knows that.
Yeah,
Like in America, they made Indian museums. They killed 50 million Native Americans here. So, of course, they don't see that they're cheering for the death of every Jew in the Middle East. They don't see that because it's heavy duty MK Ultra Nazi mind control that we're living under. And it's fucking working, right?
It's colonialism and supremacy. And I mean, you see, look, we're all Americans and we're proud to be Americans. I know that. I love this country.
I want my real America back.
You know, I don't know if I was born in 1996. I'm not sure if I ever lived in a real America. I was born under Clinton.
No, you didn't.
I don't think I ever had an experience of a real America. But what I can say is that I love this country. I've traveled most of this country. I've been to 38 states. I've lived in a bunch of states around the U.S. I love America. And I'm so glad that I have dual nationality, both Israeli and American. And I get to have both experiences in both countries. But the same foundations that this country was built on, of that like colonialism and ethnic cleansing that did happen to Native Americans, it's what happens in the Middle East today.
Yeah.
And all these fucking podcasters and media outlets and news pundits, they don't want to talk about it.
Right.
It drives me crazy.
It drives me crazy that they're doing it to Christians, and the Christians just talk about Israel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And isn't that like some kind of paid distraction that they wouldn't even have the balls or the soul to talk about the ethnic cleansing of Christians in Arab Muslim countries, their own? It's sick.
I haven't seen Tucker or Candace mention any of this stuff. Have you?
They might not know. I honestly believe
How
that
do they not know?
Or they might have been told it, or it's just too inconvenient for their worldview that they just don't want to add it into the mix.
Yeah.
But it drives me up a wall
Me
because
too.
these are the Christians of the Middle East. Let's put them on the magnifying glass for a
Yes,
second.
let's do.
People like the Assyrian Christians,
Yeah.
some Yazidi Christians, even Persian Christians,
Yeah.
Iraqi Christians. You have Christians, the Coptic Christians, or some of the early adopters of Christianity, and lo and behold, Palestinian Christians,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Christians of the Levant. These people are the earliest adopters of Christianity.
Yeah.
Some of them might be Jewish people
Yeah, of course.
originally,
They're converted.
and they are completely ignored by American Christians and Christians in the West.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Because of what? What's the reason? Why does this happen? You know,
You mean
why
ignored that they're being genocided, killed.
their
They're not
existence
even-
is being
Yeah.
ignored. You know, as Jewish people, what I can say, we have a lot of problems. We're a very dysfunctional family.
Yeah.
But you know, when shit hits a fan, October 7th happened, we support each other.
Yes.
We send each other a lot of money all over the world. You know, soldiers in the IDF didn't have vests, this and that. My own mom was like raising money and raising funds for soldiers. I was as well on my YouTube channel. We all pulled in together. But Christians across the Middle East being massacred in the millions. And this has been happening for hundreds of years now. About 1,000,
Yeah.
about 1,200, 1,300 years.
Babies.
And where are the Christians in the West?
Where are the Christians crying over massacred Christian babies?
Mm-hmm.
They're all talking about Israel.
Yeah.
And they're pro-Hamas. The wellness company just launched something called DROP,
an oral GLP-1 peptide formula, yeah, it's science, made by real doctors, not some celebrity with a smoothie line. It's designed to fire up your metabolism, crush your cravings, and help you finally drop the weight for real. And the best part? No needles, no sketchy side effects like the stuff from that Zempic stuff, don't say. You know what? Everybody is whispering about, you know what I'm talking about. Don't say that whole thing. You know the thing with the face. Simply take a drop in water, gradually increasing the quantity over time, and let your body do the rest. Start your weight loss journey today and get $50 off plus free shipping. Go to twc.health/RB and use code RB for $10 off. Take action today for a healthier tomorrow.
I mean, it's horrible.
It's
a
weird
horrible,
to see.
it's a horrible mind control reversal and a mirror image too.
Yeah.
And it's just anti-Semitism.
Yeah. It's anti-Semitism mixed with a big dose of ignorance. And it's shameful. Because I even think about it from a Jewish perspective too. I really think we have a responsibility to help these people, to stand up for them. I know, we have our own shit we're going through as Jewish people. But these people who are the early adopters of Christianity, they might be our family.
Yeah.
Quite literally, they
Yeah.
might be our family.
And
They
a
might be
lot
part
of
of our tribe.
Muslims are probably Jews that converted too.
Absolutely. A lot of people in the Middle East. People forget how early Islam is to this region. I mean, Islam is just the most recent addition.
Yeah.
The Middle East wasn't Muslim 800 years ago.
No, it wasn't.
1,200 years ago, it came out of Saudi Arabia, but the Middle East only really became Muslim around 700, 800 years ago.
Yeah, it's like Europe in 800 years.
Mm-hmm.
Or now.
In 800 years from
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. Or in a couple of years.
Inshallah. That's all I can say. Yeah, no, I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. And this Arabization of our whole culture, of whole land, when I look at how Americans treat the Middle East, how Westerners treat the Middle East, it's like, it's all Arab land. It's all the Arab countries. I'm like, Shu Arab. What Arab are we talking about, brother? What a part of Iraq is Arab?
Yeah.
As the ancient Mesopotamians, as the ancient Sumerians, as the ancient Akkadians, as the birthplace of civilization. My grandpa and grandma grew up swimming in the Tigris and Euphrates River. I have an amazing picture I can send you of my grandpa swimming in the river.
Please do.
And somehow we're just all passed off as Arabs.
Yeah.
I'm an Arab Jew. What Arab Jew? Shu Arab Jew. What does that even mean, an Arab Jew? I'm a Jew who existed 2,000 years before the advent of Arabs or Islam.
Yeah.
And somehow everyone in the region, the Assyrians, the Copts, the Kurdish, the Mandeans, everyone just gets called an Arab.
It's like, force. That's the power of force.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Might makes right. Because it's like, okay, we own the army now. You have no more freedom.
Yeah.
Well, look at the history of the Crusades. This war between Christians, Islam, and Jews goes back about 2,000 years, right? They've been warring in that region.
Jews never had any weapons, really.
But I'm just saying,
they were the guerrilla fighters.
There's been a fight for Jerusalem for thousands of years that includes even before the advent of Islam, because that was around 400. Muhammad was 300 or 400 AD, right?
Yeah.
400 years after
century.
Jesus, 400 or 500 years after Jesus. So when I see Candace or Tucker, and these are people I admire more than you do, you're mad. I'm
mad at them. I'm not mad at them. I'm like Torah's mad at them.
Well, let's understand
because they're twisting Torah, and you cannot do that.
Well, I just don't understand how you can pretend that region, the history of the Jews in that region, doesn't exist when it's historically
because
understood.
They're part of the process of like right now they're in the process, the left, of erasing women's rights and erasing women.
Yeah, they've been doing it since
as
the 60s.
A sex,
right?
A biological reality, because they live in that fucking philosophical bullshit world that has nothing to do with reality. And, they'll take it as far as they can for fundraising purposes, because all bullshit, and it's just to line their pockets and use people as lab rats for their fake experiments that they get government money to run on captive populations, hence Gaza. That's fucking a UN, what do you call those things? petri dish where they can do experiments on children to turn them into fucking assassins. That's what they're fucking running there for their
And you look at the money hole, too.
NGOs and shit.
You look at the money trail, and it all leads back to the UN.
Every bit of it.
Every single bit
That's
of
the
it.
Satan. That motherfucker is Satan.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They are the most immoral organization on our planet at the moment.
That's the Nazi world order.
Somebody was telling me the other day in Miami, if an alien were to come to planet Earth right now, I'm sure this has been a popular saying.
Well, I'm an alien.
Salamu alaikum.
So what if an alien?
If an alien were to come to Earth right now,
Yeah.
and they were to look for the main problem in humanity, and they were to look at the UN, which would be like the governing body in the world right now that gives you authority to say what are the problems on planet Earth, they would undoubtedly look at the Earth and say the biggest problem on planet Earth right now is Israel and the Jews, according to the UN. The UN has had more resolutions against Israel since its inception than any other country combined.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane.
Right.
I only found that out recently. I mean, I knew it was
Talk
bad.
about a fucking scapegoat. I mean, it is a scapegoat because all of them, they have no women's rights. Hello? They have
Iran.
no fucking Jews. Hello? Then they yap about apartheid. And what the fuck are you talking about, you goddamn devils? You think you're going to hold up a mirror and we're going to fucking not see you? I mean, it's a reversal. It's a magic spell. It's a dirty black magic, Babylonian magic spell, and it's going to fall today. I see you. I know you're Nazis. I know you call yourself religions, but you ain't no fucking religions. And God sees you too, and it's Shabbat. God, go get 'em, honey. Amen.
There's the title of this episode.
Oh, you see, my patience is growing.